Welcome back to the continuation of our Matomo 21-day trial. In the previous video we discovered devices. In this video we'll be having a look at the software. The software report gives us a good breakdown of what our visitors are using to come to our website. On the left here at the top we've got a breakdown of operating systems. There's quite a few here, up to 99, but we can just boil these right down to the families themselves. So we can see what's Windows, iOS, Mac, Android, and so on. So the vast majority are clearly viewing our website from a Windows computer, and as we saw previously, that Windows computer is almost certainly going to be a desktop. Next up is iOS devices. Our mobile devices are mostly made up of iOS devices, and as we found in the last video, we need to try and optimize our visits not only for mobile but probably for Apple devices. If we have a look at the trends, we can see all of a sudden there has been a change. We probably had to look at that annotation to see why. And we have had a significant increase from May to June of iOS devices, perhaps through a campaign. Like other reports, we've got the thumbs down and the thumbs up to let Matomo know whether we like the report or not. And we've got the time that this report was generated. It's 21 hours ago because it's based on the month date range. If we change this date to today, that will be significantly less. It'll be a couple of hours, say. And then down the bottom left, we've got the same options as our other reports. We can see the total rows, total operating system family, and we also have the same breakdown. So we can go into the engagement metrics, and we can see the problem we have with our OS devices. They're coming in, visiting for a minute 25. 73% of those people are bouncing. We can see that Mac users a better conversion rate for us on this particular site, followed up by people using Linux. Our usual insights where we compare the visits based on a previous period and whether they're increasing or decreasing. We've got previous, but obviously we always want to have an increase if we've got a successful website. Our usual vertical charts and pie charts, and again our tag cloud where the size of the words correspond to how often that system is used on the website. We can also export all these reports in our usual formats. Check out the first video in the series for a few more details about how we export reports. Down below we've got a bit more detail about the configurations of the visitors. So we've got Windows, for example, Windows Chrome 1080p, or it could be Windows Firefox 1080p. In fact, if we drop this down we'll probably see that. No, mostly Chrome, and we can change this to screen resolutions. So this will match up roughly with the ones from the devices report. Further down we've got the browser and plugins. If you're creating a particular feature in your website that requires a plugin, this would be a good place to double check that it's actually going to work. For example, you wouldn't make anything with Silverlight with only 4% of the visitors actually having Silverlight. Strangely, it's got Flash here. I'm pretty sure Flash is gone, and we've got QuickTime as well. So these ones will be for our Apple devices, but it doesn't look like those players are fairly well represented, so you'd be avoiding those as well. Up to the right we've got the browser type. As expected, Chrome is probably the most popular. With this report we'll be focusing on making sure your top used browsers here your website renders properly for. We've also got the segmentation, so we can just see Chrome users, and we can break it down to actual browser versions as well. If you've released a new version of your website and you know it's big on a particular version of Chrome, you can see the proportion of people that could be affected by that issue. Again, if you just wanted to find the portion of users using a particular version of Chrome, for example, you could just type in Chrome 65 and it'll give you a quick breakdown of the amount of users or visitors or visits that use that particular browser and version. And just below we've got a quick overview of our browser engines in a pie chart, and we should be able to change this just to a simple chart as well. That's a quick overview of the software report. Next up we'll have a look at times.